In the book The Holy Science, Sri Yukteswar, guru of Yogananda, claimed that the Earth's precessional cycle is exactly 24,000 years, even though traditionally this has been calculated as 25,920 years. Both are correct in a manner of speaking. Although it is now recognized that the rate of precession changes over time, what causes the precessional cycle isn't well understood by mainstream scientists. Walter Cruttenden of BinaryResearchInstitute.org presents a credible model that explains the precession phenomenon. He says the solar system moves, and this in turn changes the Earth's orientation to the distant stars. Our solar system and the Sirius system, which we perceive as the brightest star in the sky, appear to rotate around a common center of mass. In the 17th century, Johannes Kepler discovered the 3 laws of planetary motion, which show that the orbit of every planet is an ellipse, and that orbital speed varies according to where each body is in its orbital path. With this new understanding, it makes sense that the rate of precession would vary as our systems slowly transit an elliptical orbit. So to astronomers in earlier times, it appeared that the precessional cycle was 25,920 years, but now that the yearly rate is speeding up, it's looking more like the cycle could be 24,000 years. In this binary solar system model, the rate of precession per degree varies from 60 to 72 years, with 66.6 years as the average rate. If our solar system truly dances in a 24,000-year cycle with the Sirius system, then 24 resonates with the music of our spheres. Consider the fact that there are 12 notes in the chromatic musical scale. 1 octave up and down correspond Consider the fact that there are 12 notes in the chromatic musical scale. One octave up and down correspond beautifully to a day and night of 24 hours. A mean solar day is defined as exactly 24 hours. Of course, each hour is divided into 60 minutes, and each minute is divided into 60 seconds. So there are 86,400 seconds in a day and night on Earth. The Sun's diameter is 864,000 miles. We find 864 also expressed in alignments, technology, architecture, and urban design. In the Lost Science of Measuring the Earth, Heath and Michel reveal that not only is the distance from Stonehenge to Silbury Hill 86,400 feet, but Silbury Hill itself is dimensioned in units of 8.64 feet. The 35mm film format used for over 100 years, which continues today with full-frame digital SLR cameras, has an area of 864 square millimeters. This is a most appropriate size to capture the light of the sun. The area of the largest square in Paris, La Place de la Concorde, is 86,400 square meters. Based on the remaining casing stones, the slope of the Great Pyramid was originally between 51 and 52 degrees. This
that will soon become apparent. If the mean diameter of the Moon is 2,160 miles, then the 12-moon evolution in the diagram encodes the great year. 2,160 times 12 equals 25,920, which is Earth's precessional period. Each month in this so-called great year is likened to an age in astrology. We are currently leaving the age of Pisces, and it's the dawning of the age of Aquarius. John Michel calls this the New Jerusalem diagram from his analysis of the Revelation of St. John. A seven-pointed star resonates within. Remember the seven-rayed diadem of Isis and the seven rays of the Statue of Liberty? I prefer to call this the Isis diagram, in reference to the older stream of knowledge coming out of Egypt. The Isis diagram encodes just intonation in music. On the most basic level, consider one octave of a piano keyboard. A total of 12 notes are divided by sharps, leaving 7 white keys. The term sharp suggests the pointy heptagram, doesn't it? As we'll soon see at Chartres Cathedral, music, along with astronomy, geometry, and number theory, are all keys to this ancient mystery. Expanding the Isis diagram to contain 4 7-pointed stars, we have what I call the Osiris diagram, which encodes the Sothic year of 365 days in the following way. The 28 tips of the stars represent days in the ancient month. 12 circles surround a 13th, located at the center of the stars. The circles represent months. 13 months of 28 days each defines the year. The Earth circle underlying the stars represents the extra day and completion of the Sothic year. And the Sothic year was itself calibrated by the heliacal rising of the star of Isis, consort to Osiris. It's beautiful the way the geometry matches the cosmology. The architecture of the universe is embedded in Egyptian cosmology. To perceive the larger ramifications of the cosmology we are rediscovering, let's break away from 2D diagrams and explore where we live, the third dimension. It's a 3D reality that 12 spheres fit perfectly around a central 13th, with all of them tangent to each other, while the 13 fit perfectly within an overarching sphere. I think this 3D reality is the source of the obsession with the number 13 that we've seen symbolized in so many places. Recall all the lucky 13s on the Great Seal of the United States. Lucky 13 might be more precisely described as 12 surrounding 1. In the last sum, 2,160 times 12 equals 25,920, which is Earth's precessional period. Each month in this so-called Great Year is likened to an age in astrology. We are currently leaving the age of Pisces, and it's the dawning of the age of Aquarius. John Michel calls this the New Jerusalem diagram. From his analysis, remember call this the Isis diagram, in reference to the older stream of knowledge coming out of Egypt. Expanding the Isis diagram to contain 4 7-pointed stars, we have what I call the Osiris diagram, which encodes the Sothic year of 365 days